Come warm yourself around the fire that is Baseball Scotland. And welcome to the Caledonia Classic semi-final weekend. It's this AAA game here at the Bobby Thompson Memorial Field as the Edinburgh Cannons welcome the Glasgow Comets to Orriston and Edinburgh for the semi-final. It's a single series game. It's win to go forward, lose and go home. Edinburgh Cannons coming in here as the second seed. Glasgow Comets coming in at the third. Teams themselves, we can go over their season record as we go through the game, but here's really what you need to know. They've played 2 at home, they've played 2 away on each team. The head-to-head is 2-2. They've each won 1 game at home, they've each won 1 game away from home. These two teams in the big statistics are very finely balanced. There's a different style of play coming in from each side that we will watch for as we go through the game, but there's certainly a lot to go on, and that is not just the wind. 80 miles an hour gusting through 25 across home plate out to first base. Everybody's going to have to deal with that. Right then, let's have a look at our starting lineup for the Glasgow Comets. Batting off first is going to be shortstop JC Martez. Martez at shortstop. Batting second, left fielder Ian Davidson. Davidson, left field. Third in the order is going to be catcher Erox Barrios. Barrios, catcher. Fourth in the lineup, center fielder Alfredo Perez. Perez, center field. DH slot, and going to be playing with 10 for the Comets, is going to Alberti Rodriguez. Rodriguez, DH. Third base, and Nate Strauser will be coming in to bat 6th in the order. Strauser, third base. Second baseman Juan Suarez comes in next. Suarez, second base. Pitching will be David Flores, and also in the lineup order there as well. 8th, Flores, pitcher. 9th, first baseman Jacob Morris. Morris, first base. And batting, as I said, with 10, right fielder Andy Vaughan at the bottom of the order. Vaughan, right field. Quick look at the defense from the Cannons. Across the top, JC Gonzalez, left field, Kit Serlin, center, Guillaume Pilo in your right field. That's your left center, right, Gonzalez, Serlin, Pilos. Miguel Del Rosario is going to be your shortstop. Shortstop Del Rosario. Your Ted Rogers, 3-2-1. Even Hernandez, Peter Rowe, Rocky Sue. Hernandez at third, Rowe at second, Sue at first. Catching will be captain Rory Dunn. And on the mound, it's going to be the ace pitcher Garrett Stell for the Cannons, who has posted some impressive numbers through the season. He's passed 1,000 pitches and 100 strikeouts in the regular season, so we've got all those numbers to go on there. But there's going to be one that actually scares the Comets if they're paying attention, and that is the numbers that came back from the game that they played back on June the 8th. The game there, it was only a 2-1 game. Cannons 2, Comets 1, played through in Glasgow. But the pitching line there, Garrett Stell, allows 1 run, 10 innings pitched, it was a long game, and 16 strikeouts. One of the key factors to this game is going to be Stell's arm. If that is accurate, if he can throw that down, if he can make sure that there's no back contact from the Comets, then the Cannons are going to be well placed in the defense and a chance to have one of their explosive single inning offenses dominate the game, especially if that comes in early. The alternative, of course, is that Stell, in this wind, struggles to find the zone, and certainly with the single A game earlier today, it was causing a little bit of trouble on the mound. And if that happens, then the Comets are going to do what they're really good at, which is get on base, get lots of 90 feet, just be a little bit unpredictable out there in their base running. If they can do that, they are going to be looking just to eke in a run or two every inning. It's how they've worked themselves up and into this postseason slot. And that's certainly for the tops of the innings. That's what we are going to be looking for. When it switches around for the bottom, we'll go over the bottom innings things to watch out for as well. But for now, the sun itself is coming out, so we have the sun, we have the wind, we had a little bit of splattering of rain earlier. We just need some earth and fire, and we've got ourselves a soul quartet. Right, I'm Ewan, Spence, Reuben Hustler's in the truck. Say hello, Reuben. Yeah, you can't hear him, it's so windy. He's just left there. And we're just getting the final warm-up pitches. Garrett Stell, we'll be sending them down to his catcher. Rory Dunn will be picking up those. We'd also like to thank the post-season sponsor that we have here throughout of September, and of course the last day in August as well. Today's game is supported by Home Run Travel, the specialist travel agents who offer tailor-made baseball trips for UK fans with itineraries all over the US. Don't leave home without calling Home Run Travel. Find out more at www.homeruntravel.co.uk. Your umpires for today, outfield will be Rebecca Robb, and behind home plate with the mantle of umpire crew chief Jorge Crespo. Teams have already met. Cards have already been exchanged. Stepping in now, JC Martez facing Garrett Stell on the mound. Rory Dunn, his catcher, and the wind swirling all around. It's your Caledonia Classic semi-final. It's one game. Winner go home. And for those of you keeping track at home, we're going to start off at 6 minutes past 2. And the first pitch comes down from Stell. And it's going to be a ball inside low. Martez getting ahead in the count there. It's a 7-inning game. And if we need the tiebreakers, we will take the tiebreakers. And play 8 or 9. And as he had there earlier, we'll play for 10 if needed. Ball 2. Stell just getting used to the wind. You can hear our backstop creaking away here as well. Third pitch comes in. Low once more, 3-0 on the count. And 3-0 comes down, and that turns into a 4-0. And first batter up becomes our first to base runner. The 4-pitch walk issued. JC Martez up there on first. Captain Ian Davison comes in now. They'll score top of the first. Runner at first. We're going to watch for the steal as well. Comets like to play. First strike comes down, not in one, goes from Stell on to the Comets' Ian Davison. And there's a pick-off attempt over at first. The bounces out the glove, so everybody stays where there is. Doesn't go out of bounds though. And already, that's the sort of thing you're going to be watching for the Comets to do. It's not like the Cannons don't do it either. But now it's situational awareness for the bases as well, as that one goes outside and low and escapes past batter's box, and JC Martez steals up to second, 35th steal of the season for the Comets, and into scoring position. As usual, where we are, we don't have the official scorer close by, so we'll have that down as a stolen, but there will be a question of whether that's going to be a wild pitch or not. So I think we're going to go with wild pitch on that one, but we'll wait to see what the official scorer brings in later. Okay, still to score, no outs, but we have a runner in scoring position. Stell pitches down once more to Davidson, and that comes in high and on the outside. As the wind creaks away at the furniture of the game. We're just looking to see where everything picks up now. Pick-off attempt goes up to second, and it's not in time. Martez back comfortably. Next one comes in. It's going to be given ball 4 outside and low. So, 2 batters up, 2 walks issued from Stell. Comes off a 3-1 on that one. Runners at first and second.
We got Cannons.
As everything works through, we now welcome Barrios into the batter's box, batting right-handed and batting an average of 455 for the season. And hits that one, and it's a grounder, goes up to Del Rosario, shots up tossed over Peter Roll, caught it second, throw down to first. Not going to be in time at first, so the double play is not there, but there's 1 out away at first. Barrios out there on a... Barrios actually going to be making that through on the fielder's choice. Coming through on that one on the first pitch there. Davidson forced out there on the 6-4. JC Martez works round to third base, 90 feet away from the first run. As we welcome Alfredo Perez now, who has power and has his danger and is immediately behind in the count. 0-1. Perez already having some fun games this year with a go-ahead home run previously, and that is being against the Cannons himself. So it's the power there. It is an all or nothing though. Batting 290 on the season's runners are at the corners, and there we have Barrios making the steal from first up to second, and it's a hit hard there. And that's going deep into the right field. And that got the first runner home. Martez gets all the way around there as we get a smart hit line drive going out into the center right field. His base hit as well, so Perez takes that up on the single. Also picks up the RBI as JC Martez comes round to put the first run on the board. Might actually have got 2 runs home on that one. Just wait to see how the field evens out. Pick-off attempts over to first base, which looks to be Barrios. Strike called there on Alberti Rodriguez. Runner remains at first, 2 away, 1 run over. Wind picks up once more. Comets are going to get first run over, and just the wind conditions there. Time being called out as needed. And there's a grounder, goes that picked up by second base. Peter Rowe decides to take the gentle and comfortable throw down to first in time. Alberti Rodriguez out on the 4-3 and is the third out. So after the top of the first, 1 run on the board for the Comets coming from opening batter JC Martez, making it all the way around. No hits there on the innings, so the double walk kicking off there for Garrett Stell, making things a little bit more interesting. No errors that I'm aware of charged to the Cannons, and the 1 left on base. Today's game supported by Home Run Travel, the specialist travel agents who offer tailor-made baseball trips for UK fans with itineraries all over the US. Don't leave home without calling Home Run Travel. Find out more at homeruntravel.co.uk. Stay with us as we go through the middle of the first and run down the lineup for the Cannons. Third base Ivan Hernandez will open up first in the lineup. Hernandez at third base. Second in the lineup, first baseman Rocky Sue, first base. Third in the lineup, Miguel Del Rosario from shortstop. Del Rosario, shortstop. Fourth will be our pitcher, Garrett Stell, pitcher. Fifth in the lineup, second baseman Peter Rowe, second base. Sixth will be center fielder Kit Searle, center field. Seventh in the lineup, your back three, left fielder JC Gonzalez, left field. Captain Rory Dunn will be catching an eighth in the lineup. Dunn, catcher. And Guillermo Pilo, right fielder, closes out the 9th spot on the lineup. Pilo, right field, with the Cannons choosing to put 9 in the order. Defensive lineup for the Comets now. Across the top, Ian Davidson in right field, Alfredo Perez in center, Andy Vaughan out on the left. JC Martez is going to be your shortstop. Your Ted Rogers 3-2-1 across the middle, Nate Strauzer, Juan Suarez and Jacob Morris. Strauzer at third, Suarez second, Morris at first. Elixo Barrios is going to be your catcher, and starting off on the mound will be David Flores. Now, for most of this season, the Comets have been putting Martez in to start off as their opening pitcher. Flores has been pitching in relief. Looks like they're flipping around here. Flores with the 2.17 ERA on the season, which is actually JC Martez 2.67 on the season as well. So Flores with a slight edge going in here. Key for the Comets here is basically they need to hold back the Cannons from getting in one of the big innings. The Cannons this year have been well known for having an explosive inning. There's control, there's massive runs on the board, and there's more control and control. Flores, much like Martez though, will be looking for more coming in from the defense, where Stell's arm can guarantee the game on its own. First pitch comes down. See Hernandez falls behind 0-1 straight away. Comets will be looking to get the interplay and then let the defense do the work as they have done all season. Not one comes down. Not two returns to the mound as the pitch is sent back.
Here we go, Ivan.
Pitch in, that's going to go outside high, so we go 1-2.
That's how you do it, that's how you work him.
Time call by Jorge Crespo. Just popping out some ball that has come over from our little leaguers. And you can find a little bit more on that through our website, www.baseballscotland.co.uk. Pitch comes in again, outside and low. Count goes equal high off that one, 2-2. No runners on ice yet, and that goes outside low once more. Flores just looking to try and find the spot, and opened up strong, but then just drifting those, looking to tempt Hernandez possibly, but the count goes full, I believe, 3-2. In it comes, and that goes same outside low spot as well. The walk is taken, and just like the top of the first with JC Marquez drawing the walk to open up the base running and the lineup card, Hernandez does the same for the Edinburgh Cannons. Cannons down by one here in the bottom of the first. Rocky Hsu in now. Pitch comes down once more from Flores, who shows bunt. Pulls that back and falls behind in the count, which is Hernandez did as well, so it's 0-1. Hernandez at first, threatening the steal. And a swing on a change up there, just drifting into the zone. And timing is off away there. Runner still at first. Flores makes the decision with Barrios. Pitch comes in, swing and a miss on that one, and that's 3 pitches, 3 swings, 3 strikes, and 1 away. Miguel Del Rosario now batting .375 for the season. Comets ahead by 1 here in the bottom of the first, 1 away. Runner at first. Del Rosario facing Flores. Flores sends in a looping, delightful little curveball. Hits the top of the zone and drops down. 0-1. A little bit of decision there. Wind starting to swirl a bit. You don't want to stay too long with the elbow up, and that comes in low. Left and right good, which wind itself gusting a little bit, 18-25 coming over home. Out to first, runner remains on first. There's a pickoff attempt. It's not going to be in time, but it's going to keep Hernandez close to the bag. Rosario with a 1-1 now. Swings on that one, so grounder goes up, picked up shortstop. Marquez throws that in, relays to second base. We wait to see if we got a call at second base. It is in time at second, and the throw down to attempt the double not in time. So Del Rosario on base on a fielder's choice. Even Hernandez on the force out up at second base. And we welcome in Garrett Stell for a pitcher. With the Cannons down by 1 here in the bottom of the first, 2 away. Runner still remains in first. Now it's Miguel Del Rosario. Flores pitches down, and there's hit high and hard. It's line drive out. It's going to bounce into the left corner, and it's going to be waved round. Del Rosario passes third, wave round. Stell's going to hold up at second for a double, and Del Rosario makes it an RBI double. This game is tied, 1 apiece in the bottom of the first. Del Rosario moving round the 3 bases there to bring the game up to a tied situation. Garrett Stell hitting a line drive, flatter than it looked actually, and just heads off. Wind dropped down and it just bounces around the left corner. To be honest, I'm glad it's not a ground rule double, because it was a 3-base run there coming round from Del Rosario. Peter Rowe now and hits that towards shortstop, takes a wicked bounce over his head. Garrett Stell at third base is going to hold himself up there. The opportunity was on. Rose decided he's going to try up and take at second base on the play, and slides in successfully. Action coming in there. Stell on the previous play, and the line drive took him up to first. Peter Rowe comes in, first pitch comes in, grounder bounces, Whiskey bounce off the ground over the head of the shortstop. Del Rosario sprints to second, sprints to third, doesn't let up, turns round, sprints into home to tie up the game. Kit Searle now, still facing David Flores, 2 away, tied game, runner on second, Pink comes in and that's popped up high and foul. And straight into the absolutely packed grandstands that I can see in my mind's eye here at the Bobby Thompson Field. It's about halfway to the car park. Peter Rowe falling behind in the count there.
No.
That is Peter Rowe on base. Up to second. So we have Kit Searle here. Kit Searle lines that down and foul down the first base line. Peter Rowe picking up a single and then up to second base on the play. Garrett Stell over at third base, looking dangerous, 2 in scoring position for the Cannons. 2 away, first base is open. Kit Searle, center field, batting 167 for the season as the wind picks up. He's batting left-handed, and it's going to bounce in front of the plate, and he'll take the walk. And that loads up the bases. David Flores just walking towards the catcher and just pick up that loose ball that bounced in front, and just taking the moment to reset and just work through. Game is tied. On his mind now will be to avoid the Cannons putting up one of their monster innings here in the first. Bases loaded, and stepping it now we have JC Gonzalez. 188 for this season. But perhaps the one that's going to catch everybody's eye is the 3 RBIs. And we just had outfield umpire Rebecca Rubb just calling Glasgow's manager over. We are in a winner-go-home semi-final here, so I just think it's a little bit of game management. Keep everything calm. We are all out here having fun, even though we are keeping score. That score is 1-1. 2 outs, bottom of the first, tied game. Runners at first, second, and third. David Flores still on the mound, catching is Nixo Barrios, and it's JC Gonzalez ready to swing the bat for the Cannons. He's not going to swing on that one. It goes well outside, belt height, so it's a 1-0. Next one comes in, hits that line drive over the head of third base. One's going to come home. Peter Rowe is there. The King's round there. Second one comes home. There's 2 over the bag, and it's going to be a 2 RBI double coming there from JC Gonzalez, bringing in Garrett Stell and Peter Rowe on that one there. Also puts Kit Searle over to third base, and Gonzalez himself taking it as a double. So 2 runs now to the good in a 3-1 game. Captain Rory Dunn is going to step in now, batting right-handed. He's got his teammates in scoring position at second and third. First base is open as the wind picks up even more. We'll do our best to try and keep the table in place. And there's a wild pitch. It goes through. The throw goes back. But Flores not down in time to get the catcher throw back there. So there's one more comes through, an opportunistic move there from Kit Searle, but it's opportunistic at 2 outs that actually brings in one more run, puts 4 on the board. At the same breath, we actually get JC Gonzalez over to third on the play as well. With the wind going through, it's going to be a tough call, but it is going to probably go down as a wild pitch. So Rory Dunn ahead in the count. 1-0. Pitch comes in. Does the swing on that one, so kind of equal low now in all of the windy chaos that we have here in Edinburgh. Four runs on the board so far for the Edinburgh Cannons. Just the one from the top. There we are. That's a grounder, comes over shortstop. It's going to be a long throw over to first base. And that's going to be called safe in the long throw, and that's going to bring one more in as well. JC Gonzalez is the RBI, coming off the bat of Captain Rory Dunn. Three hits on the board so far, 5 runs, and we hit the bottom of the order. Guillaume Pilot, 192 for the season. As a teammate on first is Captain Rory Dunn. Edinburgh Cannons breaking the game open straight away. 5-1 to the home team. 2 outs on the board so far as well. So we all catch our breath, which is fun in the gusting winds. Comets 1, Cannons 5. Pick-off attempt over at first on the Cannons captain. Rory Dunn dives back in time. And David Flores picks up the ball on the mound once more. Guillaume Pilot's in the box, batting right-handed. That comes in just to the outside. Strike awarded. Dunn remains at first. Steal is on. Dunn goes for second. Swing and a miss though. Catcher throws up. Looks to be in time. No. Dunn slides underneath that one. Called safe. Steals up to second. In a scoring position again. Four runs ahead. Peel's on a not to count. No. Flores can get under the inning here, and that's a gentle chopper. And it's running, and it's through the gap between short and second. Dunn's going to make it over to third and hold up there as the ball's relayed back into Flores in the infield. Puts the runners on the corners. Hills gets a single there as he goes through the gap between shortstop and second. Dunn, having already stole second, brings himself down to third. Runners on the corners, 2 away. 4-run lead so far. And Flores sees us back to the top of the order. Even Hernandez drew a walk. About 10 minutes ago, that would be by now, I would say. Pitch comes in, and it's outside low, and catcher is just going to eat that. Barrios declining to throw up as Peels heads up and steals second. So we've got runners at second and third. First base is open, 2 away. And that's a line drive foul down third base line. Fernandez batting, Flores pitching. Cannons have worked themselves right around the order. And that comes in now. Outside and low. Runners at second and third. And that's going to be popped up. It is foul, but it's catchable, and it's going to be picked out of the air. Nate Strauser plants his feet either side of third base. Glove in the air, ball in the glove, and the side is retired, but not before a significant lead has been taken by the Edinburgh Cannons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits in the inning, resulting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs on the board. Don't have anything close by, so not registering any errors that I can see. 2 left on base as we go out of the first, and it is a game in which Cannons are in control. 5 runs to the Cannons, 1 run to the Comets. We will be back with the Comets. In our 1, 2, 3 is going to be Strasser, Suarez, and Flores. Today's game proudly supported by Home Run Travel, UK's first and only baseball travel specialist. Whether fans are looking to join one of their annual tours or design a tailor-made itinerary across the US or Canada, Home Run Travel can help tick off every ballpark on the bucket list. Don't book your next baseball adventure without speaking to Home Run Travel. Find out more, homeruntravel.co.uk. Welcome back to the Caledonia Classic semi-final here in Edinburgh. Glasgow Comets, third seeds facing the Edinburgh Cannons at home by virtue of their second seed placing. It's a 5-1 game. The Edinburgh Cannons are ahead, so we have the Glasgow Comets chasing a 4-run deficit. Start that off Nate Strasser, Juan Suarez and David Flores after that one. Garrett Stell remains on the mound. And we open up the second inning with strike one. Say that's fun. Every time, so we might just end up with strike three because I've lost track. Not yet. That's still to happen. Strasser, third baseman, batting .350 in the regular season. Pitch comes in there, and that's fouled flat and fast into the dugout down third base line. Coach Andrew Sweeney from the Single A's. Just getting out the way. Not much you can do when you're in a beanbag except duck the head. Not in one. Pitch comes down. Not in two. And it's the not in three. Strike three. See, didn't tell you it would take long for you to spot out where I was going, and it's just round about there. There, first strikeout so far for Garrett Stell. Coming in as Juan Suarez, second baseman on 371 for the season. A little bit of light dusting of rain coming in just now. And check swing as that comes inside. Check back there from up to the first base umpire, or outfield umpire there just covering that there, and it's been called safe. Next pitch comes in, it's outside high, but trapped there by catcher Rory Dunn. So we start to get a little bit more of the weather coming in here in Scotland. And one more strike comes down. This is the style that the Cannons were hoping would turn up. Well, the Comets might enjoy their base running. They've got to get on base first. And that means Stell needs to be conquered. There's a grounder picked up Del Rosario, shortstop there. Bobbles that out of the glove. Rough ground there. I actually think that's bobbled up under the hat flying off there and just taking a little dink from the ball as well. Just take a moment to see what's happening there. Situation-wise, you do have Juan Suarez now on base for the Comets. Rough conditions on the ground there, I think. And the bobble out the glove would mean that is going to go down as a single. Again, just a little bit of the drizzle coming in now. Thanks to the wind, it's coming in with a little bit of pace. Whatever the next one up from tickling on the skin is where you've got it just now. Pitch comes down now, and that's hit high and hard. Flores sends that over to the outfield. It bounces over the fence. Ground rule double, has the distance 300 feet on there. There will be a a little bit of disappointment there that didn't just stay inside the field here at Warriston Park. And the extra base would probably have helped Juan Suarez make that final 90 feet into home. As is, David Flores does get the double on a ground rule double. Juan Suarez now sitting at third base, so runners at second and third, just the one away so far. First base is open, so if you're umpire, do the wiggly hand signal. And there's a ball coming over from the Little League, just checking what's going through. Pitch comes down, goes in low there. Jacob Morris in the play just now, still facing Stell. Runners at second and third. Comets on the one run. Cannons took the lead at the bottom of the first to put 5 on the board. We're at the top of the second now with 1 away. Morris hasn't faced Stell before this year. And it's just a mix of balls and walks coming, balls and strikes coming through. Walks not showing up as yet. And that's high, oh that's inside, actually just drops into the zone. Strike 2. One, 2 count as the sun comes out. Pitch comes down, and that's hit softly up. Del Rosario picks that up comfortably this time, throws over down to first base, and that's going to be the second out, but not before Juan Suarez makes it round there. So Jacob Morris there, exchanging his out on a 6-3 for the first run to come home. Cuts the deficit from 5-1 now to 5-2. Andy Vaughan now, adding triple twos for the season. 2-2-2. There's a teammate over at third base, David Flores, moving himself around on that last scoring play. Pitch comes down. Strike there. 2 away. So the 5 out. Stell's only struck out 1 so far. Conditions possibly making it a little bit more difficult to find the zone. Gust of wind's just knocking you off balance on the mound, and then the pitch coming down. Speed in the air, it's not going to be as much as you would think it would be. Fastball leaves it left space to go, but there you get your second strikeout there from Stell, and that is side retired. 2 hits coming off that for 2 hits in total. 1 more run on the board. Wait to see what the error count is, but not. And the official score will come through there. 1 left on base, 1 run coming off 2 hits as we go into the middle of the second. Today's game supported by Home Run Travel, the specialist travel agent who offers tailor-made baseball trips for UK fans with itineraries all over the US. Don't leave home without calling Home Run Travel. Find out more, www.homeruntravel.co.uk. I'm Ewan Spence. Cannons are going to be coming up with their 2-3-4 in the lineup. Rocky Hsu, Miguel Del Rosario, and Garrett Stell, looking to build on the 3-run lead they already have. Welcome back as we go into the bottom of the second here at the Bobby Thompson Memorial Field. Visitors in the Glasgow Comets facing our home team, Edinburgh Cannons. 2 to the Comets, 5 to the Cannons. David Flores stays on the mound, and he's going to be facing Rocky Hsu. falls behind in the count with a 0-1 straight out. Rookies who struck out in his first appearance. Cannons going right around the order in the first. That one there. Finding the noise and hitting the backstop. Pitch comes down, swung on there, and it's going to be a grounder, goes over third base, long throw over to first. It is going to be in time. Long throw right over there, Nate Strauser taking the pace out of that ball as it heads to the outfield, getting the glove in the way, transfer to the hand over to first base in time. Rocky Sue, one away, and the first out for the Cannons. Miguel Del Rosario, fielder's choice on his previous appearance, takes a big hefty swing and a miss here in the second to go 0-1. Next one comes down, he grounds that one there, it's picked up Strauser, and once again he's going to attempt the long throw over to first. It's slightly high and not going to be in time there. Jacob Morris having to reach up from that one. We'll check back if we had replay, but I have a suspicion that Del Rosario's speed would have got there in time no matter what. So he singles there from a 0-1 count. And pitcher back once more. Garrett Stell comes in. RBI single in the first inning. As his teammate up on first. Cannons themselves, though, have been a stealing machine with 75 steals for this season. And we're looking to see if they can get one in the postseason now. Del Rosario bouncing eagerly to try and escape first base. Swing there, and it's popped up high and foul. It's in foul territory, and it's a comfortable catch coming right down. I believe the phrase is it's going to come down with snow on it. Nate Strauser in the action once more there with a high pop-up from Garrett Stell going over to third base. 2 away. Del Rosario stays at first base. And this part of the second inning is really what the Comets were going to be hoping for, that even if they did get runners on base, they could trust the defense and induce enough for the infield to get the outs. Swing hard there, and that's going to go ground foul down the third base line. Peter Rowe, the teammate over at first. Rowe has been having some solid games. We look back to the game against the Comets on the 17th of August. He picked up a single, a double, a steal, and a walk from 3 plate appearances. Cannons putting one of their big guns in the middle of the order, and that's a line drive shortstop, underarm throw to second, one out there, throw down to first. It's going to be in time as well. There's the double play, and the side is retired. Peter Rowe there with the sharp grounder going up to shortstop JC Martez. Underhand throw up to Juan Suarez, and that takes the force out on Del Rosario, and then down to Jacob Morris. Pace from second baseman down to first base, and that's going to be in time as well. So Peter Rowe retired there on a 6-4-3. And Del Rosario on the force out 6-4 as well on the double play. And from a long time that went round the order in the first inning, the second inning, 1 hit on the board, but no more for the Cannons after that. 4 up, 3 down. And while it's a double play for the 4th out, just making sure of everything. Comets just making sure that they stay on track and keep the game as needed. Okay, so we're going to go into the top of the 3rd, and it will be back to the top of the order for. Yes, if you think wondering, it sounds like he's scrambling around for stuff. Yes, The wind picks up stuff. I'm scrabbling around for stuff. There we go. JC Martez, Ian Davidson, and Elios Barrios is the top of the order. And that will be what the Glasgow Comets will be facing. Today's game proudly supported by Home Run Travel, UK's first and only baseball travel specialists. Whether fans are looking to join one of their annual tours or design a tailor-made itinerary across the US or Canada, Home Run Travel can help tick off every ballpark on the bucket list. Don't book your next baseball adventure without speaking to Home Run Travel. Find out more at homeruntravel.co.uk. Welcome back to Edinburgh as the semi-final for the Caledonia Classic is underway here with our AAA teams. Glasgow Comets 2, Edinburgh Cannons 5 as we go into the top of the third of a scheduled 7. Garrett Stahl remains pitching as the opening pitcher carrying on in the game. Rory Dunn still catching, and as I said, top of the order for the Glasgow Comets. JC Martez, Ian Davidson, and Elios Barrios. JC Martez drew a walk to open up the game in the first. And pitch comes in to the outside. And Martez can sneak ahead in the count, 1-0. Stahl's arm is the biggest weapon that the Cannons have. Certainly here in defense. And he's held strong so far, just the 1 run in each inning. Backed up by the first inning offense from the Cannons. It saw 5 go on the board. And swing and a miss there from Martez. Looks like a 2-1. Decision made. Here it comes. Outside and low. As said there, Martez drew a 4-pitch walk to open up the first inning. It's amazing how many other teams run away from you and go, would you like to have a go on the microphone? The line drive underneath Miguel Del Rosario at shortstop, out into center left field. It's not going to go any further. Gonzalez stops the ball heading out to the fence, but Martez walking the first. Here in the third, takes a single. It's going to be a confident expectation that there's going to be an attempt at a steal up to second made. Captain Ian Davidson now also drew a walk in the first inning. Watches that one, goes to the outside of the zone and starts the preparations for the walk as well, and goes 1-0. Runner at first. Comets 2, Cannons 5. Pick-off attempt over at first. Martez relatively close, so that's just a little hop, skip, and a jump over. Not quite the deft footing you need from Strictly Come Dancing, but it's there. There's the steal, off it goes. Captain Rory Dunn stands up, loads that over, and it's popped up, and it's caught in the glove as there's a little bit of a jump, but it's going to be in time called out on the tag there from our outfield umpire, Rebecca Robb. Dunn standing up there and throwing a smart catch. Del Rosario moving in to cover that over at second base. A little bit of confusion, and in the process the steal was called unsuccessful on the tag out, and the manager from the Comets just asked for a word with Rob on the decision. Calm heads all round, just looking for a little bit of understanding. Welcome to the... I wish we had the umpires mic'd up at this point, but perhaps that will come through in later seasons. 2 runs to the Comets, 5 runs to the Cannons here at the top of the 3rd. Ian Davidson still in the box. And that was a strike that came down as well, so I think we're looking at 1-1 on that one. Everybody's not necessarily happy, but now understands the decision, so it's a somber walk off there of the field for JC Martez. Caught steal 2-6, 1 away. Davidson watches that one go past as well. As the stiff wind pops up now. Bases are empty, 1 away. Stell brings it down, and that's going to be a strike inside low in the zone. Count goes 1-2. I think we need to move the commentary booth next time. And there's a little chopper, grounds, goes over to Ewan Hernandez. Wicked bounce, goes over from the bounce into the Gulf of Del Rosario shortstop, but that is a good 100 feet away from first base. So Davidson up onto first. It's going to be a reach on error, I feel. And again, it's probably worth reminding that not the official scorer here. And that may change when the official stats come in, but situationally, runner on first as we welcome Eros Barrios, who line drives that one past Hernandez, and underneath as he dives for that as well. It's out into the left corner. Barrios is going to go up for second. Davidson's going to hold up at third. We're going to get runners at second and third as the ball comes in, and it's a long throw out from deep left outfield corner. Time called now. And it's just going to be Captain Rory Dunn just popping out to calm his left infield down. Hernandez and third and Del Rosario on the shortstop. It is a double from Barrios.
Oh, that's an illegal bat. It says Galaxy. That's not you guys.
And Ian Davidson brings himself to third. No more.
Hey, 1 out, guys. Check the
With the speed, it would have been an interesting decision to go for that, given the distance of the ball, but a long throw coming down. Nevertheless, runners at second and third. First base is open. 1 away. Alfredo Perez in now. Perez batting .290 for the season, very much an all or nothing. Well, the walks do come in. You don't get many from Stell's arm, so how hungry Perez is going to be to hit the ball here remains to be seen. With the 1 out, he does have some options. So I feel he's going to make the... He's going to try and take a bite out of this if Stell presents him the opportunity. Is it this one? Well, Stell doesn't give him the opportunity, but Perez tries it anyway. It's a 5.9 for the pirouette. But it's another strike here at baseball. 1 more comes down. Inside for a ball. Two and one. Count goes into Perez's favor. 2-1 comes down, and that's going to be a right call. And do we have a hit by pitch there or not? It's not going to be given. It's actually just a little bit of soft shoe shuffle to get out of the way of the ball going underneath your feet, and Perez going for the double salco there after the pirouette. 2-2, pitch comes down and it's swung on. and just nicked foul. Runners at second and third. Comets on 2, Cannons on 5. Comets at the top of the third, looking to make up that 3-run deficit. 2-2 comes down once more, and that's going to be fouled once more down the feed and across the third base. Settle down, let's all do it again. 2 and 2. First base is open. Captain Ian Davidson on third base. Barrios looking to advance down there as well, but it is a swing and a miss there. Perez, I think, was fixated on just doing as big of a hit if he could possibly find it, but not finding it there. Third strikeout of the day for Garrett Stell. Stepping in now, Alberti Rodriguez. And gets ahead in the count to open up there 1-0. Still chasing the 3-run deficits, where he's going to represent the tying run. It's captain on third. Teammate up at second. Pitch comes in, and again it's another swung and hard. Count goes equal low, 1-1. Rodriguez ground out in the first inning. Certainly playing this as casually as possible. Shirt tails are out. Pitch comes down, and that's popped up over the commentary booth and into the car. To reach the car park, it's going to trickle onto the concrete. About 150 feet behind home plate there. Okay, back on. Runners at second and third. 2 away. Count confirmation coming in there is 1 and 2. One, 2 comes down, and that's a ground into the dugout down third base line. That's the visiting team. Comets are in the dugout in the third base, and by dugout I mean where we put the chairs out. Cannons are down the first base line. Pitch down, wicked bounce just in front of the plate, goes in the backstop. Davidson comes down to steal home and takes that comfortably there. Wild pitch scoring there, and that cuts the deficit from 3 down to 2. Captain Ian Davidson. 3 innings now, and 3 runs on the board, 1 from each. Well pitch there, also saw Barrios get over from second to third. Rodriguez now, I believe, in a high equal 2 and 2. It's a 5-3 game. He still represents the tying run for the Comets here in the top of the third. And that goes inside low for the full count. Foul out or action, take your pick. Wind's picking up again, just pushing the ball over the first base side, and it's going to be a swing and a miss. So it's going to be out number 3. It's the 4th strikeout for Stell, and 2 hits in the inning on that one there for the Glasgow Comets. It brings 1 run home as well. They've managed 1 in each inning. Also left 1 on base there at the same time. So it's a 5-3 game now as we go into the bottom of the third. Cannons deficit cut by 2, and we play for a regulation 7 here. Today's game supported by Home Run Travel, specialist travel agents who offer tailor-made baseball trips for UK fans with itineraries all over the US. Don't leave home without calling Home Run Travel. Find out more at homeruntravel.co.uk. Your 1, 2, 3 coming up for the Edinburgh Cannons: Kit Searle, JC Gonzalez, and Rory Dunn. Welcome back to the game. We're in the bottom of the third inning. It's 3 runs to the visitors' Glasgow Comets. 5 runs to our home team, the Edinburgh Cannons. Flores is going to remain pitching, the starting pitcher for the Comets going in to the 3rd inning. Kit Searle is going to be your opening batter for the Cannons. Drew a walk previously. And is, just looking at the record for the season, 167 for the season, 4 RBIs, 12 stolen bases. As we can see so far, the one monster inning that you always expect from the Cannons, well, that happened in the first, and they've been held to an empty inning in the second. So 3rd inning comes in now as Flores pitches down to Peter Rowe and finds the bottom inside of the zone to go 0-1 in the count. I said Peter Rowe there, apologies, it's Kit Searle. Rowe was out in the previous. Oh no, I think with the 4 outs being registered in the previous inning, we're going to wind back here, the delights of scoring and keeping it up to date. So it's Peter Rowe, Kit Searle, JC Gonzalez that we have in here. Peter Rowe facing a 0-2. And there's swing and a miss on that one there. And just looking through, I think that's only the 2nd strikeout there for Flores. Now we welcome Kit Searle in. Drawing a walk previously as mentioned. 167 on the season. That's a bit of echo. Deja vu. Hits that one high and hard. It's going out in the center field. It doesn't have the distance. It's going to be a comfortable catch on the run there from Captain Ian Davidson. Doesn't lose. Keeps the strides going. Doesn't need to slow down. Ball, glove, captain all meeting in the same spot to guarantee the 2nd out. 2 up, 2 down so far. JC Gonzalez watches the ball come in there to go ahead 1-0. 2 RBI double in the 1st inning. No runners on as yet as Flores pitches that one outside and low. 3-0 count. And that comes in for strike 1 there. Finds the bottom outside of the zone. Wind playing a factor if you're not throwing fireballs all the way down. And swing and a miss there as the count fills up 3-2. Knock, knock, knock in the door. Do you want to see a foul and out or an action? You're going to see an action and it's a walk, and we get the first base runner in the bottom of the 3rd for the Edinburgh Cannons. The walk is drawn. Captain Rory Dunn in now. Single in the 1st. Jose Crespo is just heading out and having a word with JC Gonzalez, and Rory Dunn just asking his team just to take it easy. Okay. And now it's Crespo just coming back and explaining to the captain there. I just think it's a general stop sign of let's not have any more of that in the game. Okay, so and it is a winner-go-home semi-final game. Again, you said there is a hand up for Jorge Crespo, that just coming back in to home plate and getting in range of our microphone as well. Language and temperature. It's getting a bit fiery out there. Just asking for that to calm down. Glasgow Comets 3, Edinburgh Cannons 5. Runner-up at first in JC Gonzalez. Captain Rory Dunn sees a strike coming down from David Flores on the mound for the Comets. Strike one. Runner goes from first up to second. Catcher goes up, throw is going to be in time. Yes, it is. Caught steal there. And the infield defense of the Comets delivering 2 solid innings of holding the Cannons back. Captain Rory Dunn will be back up to the mound. Be back up to pitch when he comes back. Back up to the mound. Garrett Stell heading back out for the Cannons pitching as we're going to head into the top of the 4th. Today's game is proudly supported by Home Run Travel, the UK's first and only baseball travel specialist. Whether fans are looking to join one of their annual tours or design a tailor-made itinerary across the US and Canada, Home Run Travel can help tick off every ballpark on the bucket list. Don't book your next baseball adventure without first speaking to Home Run Travel. Find out more, homeruntravel.co.uk. The 1-2-3 coming up in the 4th as the Glasgow Comets now chasing a 2-run lead. Nick Strauser, Juan Suarez, and David Flores. Welcome back to the field here as it's the Caledonia Classic semi-final. Winner go home. Glasgow Comets on 3, Edinburgh Cannons, you have welcomed them on 5. Back we go around again. Garrett Stell back on the mound. Rory Dunn back to catch. And we welcome Nate Strauser into the box, batting left-handed. Does a attempts to check swing on the low golf, but that's going to be called strike on that one. So first blood in the count goes to Stell as he goes 0-1. Strauser was Stell's first strikeout in the 2nd inning. And I'll let that one go past and the count goes equal low, 1-1. As you said here, we play 7. And if you have to play 8, we'll play 8. These two teams have actually taken themselves out to 10 innings previously. That game eventually ending 2-1. So a wing and a miss there going hefty. That 2-1 game, of course, went to the Edinburgh Cannons. Cannons have only once scored 5 or more in the postseason. They're 5-3 at the moment, and that game ended up Cannons 8, Comets 5 on the 27th of July. That's played here as well, as that's hit high and hard over the head of the shortstop. Drops into shallow left field, and that's going to find the gap. So Nate Strauser, opening pitcher, opening base runner. And just bounces that behind Miguel Del Rosario and in front of JC Gonzalez, left fielder, coming in to cover that. Garrett Stell now facing Juan Suarez. Drew a single in his first appearance in the 2nd inning, and then making it all the way around to score the 2nd of the 3 runs that the Comets have so far. So think of a steal going on there, and there's a check throw up to first from catcher Rory Dunn. Gets out of the glove of Rocky Sue, but not far enough that there's any indication from Strauser that he wants to make the steal. In fact, it might just have clipped the foot there as well. Juan Suarez coming in now for the Glasgow Comets. 3 to the Comets, 5 to the Cannons here in the 4th, with none away so far. There we go, back underway. Still undone. Communication has been made. Here comes the pitch. And that's going to ground foul down the third base line. So Strauser just working out the right time to attempt to steal. It's going to take a slow jog back to first base after that. David Flores on deck. Potential pitcher coming in. Wild pitch there. Drop third strike. Is going to be taken. Already done there, getting the ball up to first base in time. So there's one away. Fifth strikeout there for Stell. Nate Strauser taking the opportunity to move up to second on the play. And we welcome David Flores in now, batting right-handed as we go pitcher v pitcher. Stell sends that to the outside of the zone for strike one. Flores putting in a hefty swing there. Not one comes down, and it's going to be at the feet. Not 1-1 count as the slide goes in for the wild pitch into third base successfully. Nate Strauser works himself over 90 feet away from home in the fourth run. If he can get that last 90 feet, they're chasing the 2-run deficit in the 5-3 game. Conditions now going to slightly overcast. It's a 0-2 count. Flores ground rule double in the second inning. That one's going to go outside high. 1-2. Strauzer's at third base. Just the one runner on for the Glasgow Comets. Pitch in there, and that's going to be a golf swing, strike three as it drops low. You can check Matt McCarman to see if that actually drifted through the zone or not, but the swing, it's the swing that's the thing. Strikeout number 6. Garrett Stell didn't find the strikeout machine really until the bottom of the second. Since then, 5 more on the board for a total of 6. Jacob Morrison now, ground out shortstop to first in the second inning. Watches that one go past for strike one. Ground out in a 1-2 previously. 5-3 game. So Morris, as you go ahead, is you tying run, go ahead is on deck. Cannons put themselves 5 runs to the good in an explosive bottom of the first. Comets since then a run in the first, a run in the second, a run in the third. And another hefty swing there, and it's going to be another strike. It's 2 away, so pressure moves on to Morris. Run number 4 is up at third base, and they would really like to get that home. Close the gap from 2 to 1. Still would really like that one though to be his 7th strikeout if he can find it. Ball comes down there. So the strike pressure stays on. In it comes, and that's swung on for strike 3. Side retired in the top of the 4th, and it's the first clean sheet innings that the Cannons have posted there. It is strikeout number 7 for Garrett Stell. Just the one hit on the board in that inning. No runs scored though. Can't see any errors as charged, but again, not doing the official scoring here. One more runner left on base. And as we go into the middle of the 4th, it's a 5-3 game to the Cannons. Today's game is supported by Home Run Travel, specialist travel agents who offer tailor-made baseball trips for UK fans with itineraries all over the US. Don't leave home without calling Home Run Travel. Find out more, homeruntravel.co.uk. And as the rain starts to fall once more, your 1, 2, 3 for the Edinburgh Cannons. Yeah, we'll welcome Rory Dunn back up. Guillaume Pillows, then back to the topper of the order with Ewan Hernandez. Back in a rolling mill.
Strike one. Let's go. Whoa, so what? When? I didn't hear batter up though.
Yeah, I think with the later arrival, strike one's already been awarded against Rory Dunn. As we come in here at the bottom of the fourth. So count is equal low, 1-1. And that's a just nicked foul there from Nunn. So 1 and 2. You'll just take a moment outside, get the composure again. Hurried up, hurried into the box there. So it's a 1 and 2 with the Cannons blanking the Comets in the top of the fourth there. Comets 3, Cannons 5 so far. Then it's the opening batter here in the bottom of the fourth. Hits that one there. So grounder goes up to first base. Jacob Morris picks that one up easily and walks over to the bank himself. So there's one away. Guillaume Pillows now coming in, singled in the round the order first inning, which saw the Cannons post 5. Compton actually open up the top of the first with just the 1 run, but that advantage was quickly lost, and they're doing their best to work their way into that one now as Flores sends that one high and inside, so it's a 1-0. And as the rain starts to come down more, we'll just keep an eye on the equipment here. Swirling rains coming round. As the teams look for cover. And as the grounder goes foul down to third base line for Pio. Steps out, does the check swings, keeps everything warmed up. Count is equal high, 2 and 2. And that's picked up and it's popped up. It's going into center field. It's shallow and it's going to be on the run, but it's going to be just a little bit out of reach there for Alfredo Perez. Gets the glove out, but just a little bit short distance wise, and watches that just clip the leather before meeting the ground. Given it's on the run and in the conditions, I think that's going to go down as a single for Pillows. Back to the top of the order now, Ewan Hernandez. A walk and a pop out so far. Pick-off attempts at first over there. And we'll just reset that all up as well. Flores still on the mound. And that pitch comes inside for the ball. And that flurry of rain, wherever he's going, where should we take cover? Well, the sun's coming back out again. Don't you love Scottish baseball weather? And it goes inside for another ball. Count goes 2-0. Count goes 2-0. Runner still at first. And that one there, it's going to be popped foul. And fall short of the car park on that one there. It certainly had the height. Kick goes 2-1. One more pickoff attempt over at first. Pale diving back in time. Keeping his hand on the bag there. Morris just hoping at any moment that a brief amount of contact between the bag is lost. 2-1 comes down. That's going to hit high. It's going long as well. It's going to bounce in front of the fence. It's going to go up into the fence, and it's going to sneak under the fencing that we have here in Edinburgh. So ground rule double on that one. And once more, one of the teams wishing that there was a solid fence out there to get the bounce, so you can take 3 bags and not 2. But ground rule double. Coming off a 2-1 there, so Hernandez up to second, Peel's over to third, 2 in scoring position. Urquizu comes in now, strike out and ground out so far, but he hits that one high and centre field. It's picked up by the outfield. The long throw is going to come in. It's going to be off target. So Flores has to come off the mound to get that one, and taking the speed down from third base. Pilos goes over, and there's 1 run on the board. First run for the Cannons since the first innings. Hernandez takes it over to third, but decides not to go any further. And Rosario hits that one in exactly the same spot, but this time Perez is waiting for it as center field, and takes that one out of the air for the third out. Well, 1 run goes over, and adds more to the count. 2 hits for the Edinburgh Cannons coming off this. Wasp sits there on my microphone. Away you go, away you go. Oh, the perils of commentating in a not fixed booth. Where did I get to there? Yes, 2 hits on their 1 run coming in for the Cannons. 1 left out on base. And that takes us to a 6-3 game. What to play for here is we play 7, and we're going to be heading into the 5th shortly. Today's game is proudly supported by Home Run Travel, the UK's first and only baseball travel specialists. Whether fans are looking to join one of their annual tours or design a tailor-made itinerary across the US or Canada, Home Run Travel can help tick off every ballpark on the bucket list. Don't book your next baseball adventure without speaking to Home Run Travel. Find out more at homeruntravel.co.uk. Your 1, 2, 3 coming up for the Glasgow Comets as they chase a 3-run deficit in the game. It's going to be Andy Vaughan, JC Martez, and Ian Davidson. We go into the top of the 5th. Stahl remains on the mound and pitches down once more to Andy Vaughan. Andy Vaughan was the strikeout in the 2nd inning, and 6-3 game towards the Cannons. Visitors Glasgow Comets chasing 3 to tie. Still brings that one down. Changeable conditions here indeed. Bobby Thompson Memorial Field at Warriston Park, Edinburgh. That one's going to hit the bottom of the zone for a strike. appears to be a 1-2 count. Inside equal high, 2-2. And as the wind drops, the rain drops. Snell pitches a cricket wide on the outside there. And with that, we're at 3-2. So, knocking on the door if something's going to happen. Take your pick, foul out or action. Full pitch, count comes down and it's a grounder bouncing up to first base. There's going to be a sprint there to actually see who gets to the bag first. As Rocky Sue steps in to the dirt track, picks that up and slides himself back to first base in time. So it is a one away there on an unassisted bit of acrobatics there. And Yvonne doing a little bouncing grounder. They threatened to go between first and second. First baseman Rocky Sue heading out, picking that up. And while there was cover to do an underarm throw there, decision successfully had to be said, was to sprint that in. Back to the top of the order, JC Martez walking a single so far. And goes ahead in the count now, 1-0. Comets 3, Cannons 6. And we're in 5 of 7. And that one hits the inside low of the zone. So we're equal low, 1-1. No runners on as yet, one away. Still brings down another strike. Goes 1-2. Walking single on the card so far for Martez. A windy day, just causing a little bit of bounce and a little bit of a lively ball for both the pitchers here. Count goes equal high, 2-2. That one's going to be hefty inside, so we're going to load up and fill the count. 3-2 count, one away. No base runners for the Comets as yet in the 6-3 game. Both teams looking to secure their place in the 3-game series, taking over the next 3 Sundays that will decide the Caledonia Classic Cup. Semi-final though, it's one and done. Quite decisions made on the count. Here it comes. And that's going to be for the ball. Just high, sneaking on the outside. Second walk that Martez has drawn out of Garrett Stell. And Martez, we might actually see at some point, depending on conditions, going onto the mound as well. Comets have relied heavily on him as a pitcher through the season. Captain Ian Davidson now goes ahead 1-0 on the count with a pitch that goes inside and ankle height. One away, runner on first. Tying run on deck for the Comets. Pickoff attempt goes over at first. Martez staying close enough there. Just one step to safety. Another moment or two of breath taken. Runner goes from first to second. Steelers on. Dunn stands up and throws that strike up to second base. It's Peter Rowe covering second base there, not in time. On target though. JC's not going to be going any further than that. So not one. Just watch the gap between Sharp and second. That's ground. It goes to the gap between second and first, but it's stopped in time. Rowe throws that over. That's his Hugh at first base, and that is one more out. 2 away. Martez does get over to third base. Ilios Barrios into the box now. Tying run remains on deck. 2 outs though for the Glasgow Comets. They've got run number 4 potentially in JC Martez up at third base. Barrios reaching on a fielder's choice and then popping in a double previously. Cricket wide to the outside there from Stell just as the wind gust comes in. Barrios ahead, 1-0 in the count. Runner at third, 2 away. 6-4 a game. There's the one. When I say 6-4, I'm just automatically putting the bigger score first. Is it more right to say 4-6? So you know that it's the visiting, then the home team. I'm going to have to go back and just have a research and a play on that one. Anyway, the Cannons are up by 2, and it's the Comets who are just holding up at third base there while pitch goes into the backstop down the first base line. And Barrios just giving the hold signal up to Martez up at third base. 2 away. We need to find 3 more runs to tie. And we are at top of the 5th. Snell still on the mound. Throws that down. Hit high and hard. It's long. It's got distance. It's going right field. It's missed and dropped by Peon. So that's going to go to the fence and roll underneath there. So it's a hold up and a ground rule double, but it's an RBI. Ground rule double as well. 2 bases awarded. And once more, the porous fence that we do have here, as we have to have a temporary pitch here. Now we got an umpire conference as Rob comes into Crespo. What we can see situationally is JC Martez on third base brings himself home. So 1 more on the board, 4 runs in total. Chasing the 6 from the Cannons. Eddie Barrios gets the RBI. And he's being awarded third base.
The fielder touched the ball and then went out.
And you probably picked that up there. Jose Crespo just confirming with the Edinburgh Cannons captain.
I don't know this rule, that's why I thought it was just a ground rule double. You're the umpire, I've just not heard that rule, that's why I was... Can I ask for the score? What's the move to third?
So a smartly hit ball there from Barrios, getting some height underneath that, heading that out into right field. Bounced just before hitting the fence, but also touched the glove of Guillaume Pilo. And so it's the outfielder that pushed that over the fence. So rather than the ground rule double, it's ground rule double plus 1 more. So that's why we now have Eddie Barrios up at third base, 90 feet away. And that's going to be a fun one to fit in the little tiny score box now. Alfredo Perez. Still to reach base. It's Stell's 3rd strikeout in the 3rd, now in the 5th. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 runs home. So he's the tying run at first. The 50% deficit cut in Barrios is up at 3rd. It's 2 away though. And now that one comes down hard and low for a ball. My jacket here in Edinburgh is doing the best impression of the hokey cokey. It's going on and off and on and off with the temperature and the sun and the wind and the rain. One more from Stahl, and that's hit high hard, but it is going to go foul. And that's going to go into the tiny bit of marshland. So that's going to be an interesting bit of Indiana Jones exploration there for our ball team. Like 1 and 2. Crespel's ball hand and his head and right in my eye line. So, oh, that's going to be hit by pitch. No, there's just going to be. Just want to check if that was a substitution or not. But situationally, you've got runners at the corners. And we'll just put in the temporary question mark on who's banning out there, as the official scorers are rather far away from me here. And as the wild pitch comes in, and it's going to be a sprint down to home plate in time, but it looks like it's going to be pushed foul as catcher Rory Dunn makes a diving attempt to pull that ball there, but with it going over, that's going to be 90 feet awarded in any case. So Barrios, 2 runs scored in this inning so far. 5 on the board now for the Comets as they chase the Edinburgh Cannons 6. And there's advance up to second as well on the outfield. Alberti Rodriguez, DH, is now in the box, batting right-handed. Runners at second. Run at second is the tying run. It's the go-ahead at the plate now. Strike called on Rodriguez. It's at the home plate. Are we equal low? That one comes in for another ball. Snell just glances back up to second. It goes to the pickoff attempt, and he throws that one wide, and it's caught and not caught. Peter Roth sees that one go into the outfield, so 90 feet is taken, and third base is occupied as well. A little bit of jinxing back and forward, trying to induce the throw and possibly get an out of bounds throw as well, but nevertheless. And there's the grounder, it goes up to third base, but Paris has enough of a lead, so there's that. 1 run goes over, safe at first. Nope, called out at first. And that's third out there, so Perez gets over the bag, but Rodriguez has the third out, not making that in time. 5-3. Preserves the lead for the Edinburgh Cannons, but only by 1. 2 runs going on the board there in that inning, coming off the 1 hit. 1 left on base. And the Cannons posting up 5 runs in the first. Not getting back on the board until the bottom of the 4th previously to take them to 6 runs. Have watched that 5-run lead be chipped away. They're still up by 1. And they have a chance to extend now, but we'll see what can happen as we head into the bottom of the fifth. Today's game is supported by Home Run Travel, the specialist travel agents who offer tailor-made baseball trips for UK fans with itineraries all over the US. Don't leave home without calling Home Run Travel. Find out more, homeruntravel.co.uk. You 1, 2, 3 coming up for the Cannons. Garrett Stell, Peter Rowe, and Kit Searle.
Vamos, Garrett, vamos! Enjoy, Garrett!
Bottom of the fifth here, as it's pitcher Garrett Stell for the Edinburgh Cannons, who are on 6 runs with a 1-run lead over the Glasgow Comets 5. David Flores, opening pitcher, staying on the mound. Stell hits that one high, it's flying out, and the feet planted underneath that one as Alfredo Perez just puts the glove out at hip height and watches the ball pop in there. One away, one up, one down. One-run lead. Cannons looking to build on that if possible. 5 runs in the first, and then just 1 run over the next 3 innings. Strike 1 called on Peter Rowe there as Flores gets that into the inside low. Next pitch in, and that's a hefty swing and a miss on a little bit of a curve coming in there. And the gusting wind just throwing there as well. Not in 2. Flores brings 1 more in, and it's strike 3 swinging. So 4 pitches, 2 away. Just the 3rd strikeout in the game so far for Flores, relying heftily on the pop-ups and the fly-outs. Height getting induced. Kit Searle comes in now with 2 away. Comets 5, Cannons 6. What can Kit Searle do for the Cannons? Well, he's going to hit that one high and hard. It's going to ease up and bounce out of the glove of center fielder Alfredo Perez there. Shifted over to cover that and made the prediction of where the ball was going, but just the wind conditions making that. Well, he got style points for the hip catch earlier, but in that one, just conditions getting away. Kit Searle singling up onto first. Gonzalez now, double and a walk on the card. 3rd time facing Flores on the mound. Runner at first. Cannons with the 1-run lead, looking to extend. Searle steals from first up to second. Slides in, gets underneath the ball there. Juan Suarez having to step off the bag to reach out and get that. And Searle dealing with the vertical component nicely into scoring position. And it's strike 1 on Gonzalez. As he has a teammate up in scoring position. 1 base runner so far. And that's Searle. Singled with an assist from the swirling wind and stealing up to second. And then there's a bouncing grounder going foul down the 3rd base line from Gonzalez. Everybody gets their breath together once more. 2 away. 2 strikes in the count. Three up, 2 down so far. Pitch comes in, that's going to go outside low. Is that the first ball this inning? Flores keeping the control here. And that's a bouncer ground, 1 bounce in front of Flores, who's got plenty of time to toss that over to Jacob Morrison first for the 3rd out. That's a 1-3. 1 hit for the Cannons on that one, but no runs scored. 1 left on base. So the game, we went into the top of the 5th as a 6-3. We left that as 6-5, and it stays with 6-5. We're heading into the 6th of a regulation 7, just one run in it in this win or go home game. Today's game proudly supported by Home Run Travel, the UK's first and only baseball travel specialists. Whether fans are looking to join one of their annual tours or design a tailor-made itinerary across the US or Canada, Home Run Travel can help tick off every ballpark on the bucket list. Don't book your next baseball adventure without speaking to Home Run Travel. Find out more, homeruntravel.co.uk. Coming up, the 1-2-3 for the Glasgow Comets, chasing the one run in this game. Nate Strasser, Juan Suarez, and David Flores. Welcome back as we go into the 6th inning, and for those of you keeping a scorecard at home, and for those of you keeping a scorecard here at the field, we've got a 1 or 2 coming in now. So, defensive changes is for the Cannons. Peter Rowe is going to be moving down to first base. Alexander Peels is going to come in at second. And Kit Searle is your new pitcher. And throws that one down. Nate Strasser is on the box for the Glasgow Comets, chasing a 1-run deficit in the 6th of 7. Searle throws that one down there for a ball. With Kit Searle coming into pitch, his place in centre field. It's going to be taken by the outgoing pitcher Garrett Stell. And one more strike thrown. And I will just take a moment and we will get those defensive changes for any second, as that one is pops up high. It's going into foul territory, and it's actually out of play territory there, so Hernandez does get the glove underneath it, but it ain't going to be anything on the scoreboard. Looking at a 2-2 count there. And that pitch comes in high for ball 4. And that is going to send Nate Strasser for a strikeout and a single. He's going to walk on the count. Stepping in now, Mansourez, a single, and a strikeout run out on a drop third strike. High wild pitch there, so the steal is going to go on from first up to second. It's going to be in time. Sorry, wasn't looking over. I think we're going to get that as a wild pitch rather than a steal, but we'll can. Official scorer will come in at some point, and I will see what's going on after the game. And there's another pop-up going high. And then back into the glove. Catcher Rory Dunn. And swung and I missed once more there. just working through all the numbers there, and we'll get you Dell's final line there as we go through. If you'd like to help out, be colour commentator, get in touch, www.baseballscotland.co.uk. As the next one comes down, and it is going to be a hit by pitch and one Suarez. So up to first base, Nate Strasser up there on second. Glasgow Comets 5 as the visitors, Edinburgh Cannons 6. That's the home team, no outsides yet. Runners on first and second. David Flores steps in now. First time to face Kit Searle. Now Flores has already been moved on the paperwork out to right field. And JC Marquez coming into pitch, so I'm not sure whether you're going to see this as pitcher-pitcher. But for the moment, let's call it that. Runners in first and second. Pitch comes in, it's going to be high. One more ball. And hit smartly, and that's high. It's going out deep into left field. And that's a comfortable catch, though, from JC Gonzalez of the Cannons. So that's a pop down Hernandez just to cover third base. Everybody's going to hold up elsewhere where they are. So Flores out on the fly to right field. And it's one away. Runners for the Comets are going to stay on first and second. So that's the tying at second, the go-ahead at first. And you final line for Garrett Stell. 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 5 runs, and 7 strikeouts. Searle, first time facing Jacob Morris of the Comets now. Ground out and strikeout. And comes in there. One more ball. And that's going to be another come in high for the ball. Kit Searle's season mostly in relief, it has to be said. Posting a 6.10 ERA and a whip of 1.65. So, while the Comets would have preferred to get Stell out in 4 innings rather than 5. As the next pitch comes in, found the strike zone, that one in Searle. They're 1 run back, but they've managed to get through Stell's arm, and now chance for them to cause a little bit of havoc on the base pass with Searle. Searle gets the walk on that one, just asking for the location. As the bases are loaded, we open up with the walk from Nate Strasser. So once there's on a hit by pitch, now Jacob Morris. It's the third to reach base. And with that, bases are loaded. Just the one away for the Glasgow Comets. And Ewan steps in now. And strikeout, an unassisted ground out up at first previously. And we will get the defensive changes for the Glasgow Comets for you in between. Thankfully there's not as many. The Cannons reorganisation bringing Searle in. There's a fair bit of people just shifting around a little bit. Although Andy Vaughan has moved out of right field into the DH position, so we're not going to see him in anything but offense. Glasgow Comets 1 run behind, but had the bases loaded. 2 walks and a hit by pitch have loaded up those bases. So There will be confidence here that they can find at least one more run in all of this to tie up the game, and maybe a few more. Step one though, don't get any more outs. If you can handle that, then at least one run is going to come in. Runners first, second and third. One away. Pitch comes in from Sal, and that's popped up high. And well, if you had really expensive seats between the home plate and the first baseline dugout, they would have had a ball to take home with them. Actually, no, they wouldn't. Balls are pricey. We would ask for it back. And Ewan here, facing Kitsal for the first time. It's a high ball, but he's decided to pop that one up. It's going into the outfield, and there's a crash between the defence. So there's one run home, and there's time is called there. And we'll just have a little look at the situation as we have it now. We do have one more run coming over the plate on that one there. Nate Strasser coming home. We'll wait to see. I believe that's going to be a home on error, as well as Devon reaching base on error as well. We will wait to see what comes back from the field. We'll get the field mic back up for you shortly. As I said, we did have multiple changes going on through there, so let's just look at the defensive changes and go over them that the Edinburgh Cannons have made through. Across the top, we now have JT Gonzalez, Garrett Stell and Rocky Sue as your left, center, right. Miguel Del Rosario is still in shortstop. A little bit of Chad Rogers changes as Evan Hernandez stays at third. Alexander Pujols comes into second base. Peter Rowe moves down to first. And out of that, Kian Pion will head back to the bench, and Pujols will take his place in the lineup. Kit Sarl, as you've heard, is on the mound. Captain Rory Dunn is going to remain as the catcher. Defensive changes that are going to be made by the Glasgow Comets when we do get to the bottom of the six. Well, the main one to note here is we are going to see a pitching change as David Flores will step off the mound and head out to right field. Going onto the mound will be JC Martez, who many people, including myself, expected to be the opening pitcher. She said they're moving out into a right field will be David Flores. And Yvonne, who is currently out there in right field, as you mentioned there, is moving into the DH slot. And yes, I've got the pen out as well as we just rack these changes up on the shortstop. JC Martinez, and be playing at shortstop, goes into the mound now. So we're going to have coming out into there. Yes, I've got to go to the full lineup card now as well. Alberti Rodriguez is going to be taking over the duties at shortstop. And we're back in here on the second pitch after a little bit of just checking over players after the coming together out in the centre field there. Kitzal now pitching in there, and there is a line drive that goes over to second base. It's just out of reach, so go ahead run hits the plate. And with that, let's just take a breath and have a look where everything is on that one. Current score is we have just had Juan Suarez come over the plate for the second run of this inning. Puts Glasgow Comets on 7 and the Edinburgh Cannons on 6 as we are sitting here in the top of the 6th of the regulation 7. We are 1 out at the moment, I believe, and the bases are loaded up again. So we have Jacob Morris on third base, Andy Vaughan at second, and JC Martez up on first base. In the plate now, Captain Ian Davidson, bases loaded, 1 away. And Glasgow up by 1 run over Edinburgh. Bases loaded. It's a situation here where the Comets have a chance to crack the game open. Cannons putting up 5 runs in the first and just having the 1 insurance run coming up to them in the 4th. But since then, Comets have 1 run in the first, 1 run in the second, 1 run in the third, 2 runs in the 5th, and now 2 runs in the 6th, and have just worked themselves up 1 by 1 by 2 by 2. 1 by 1 by 1 by 2 by 2. Pickoff attempt over at third base, and that's successful. Kitzal combining there with Ewan Hernandez. And so from a bases loaded 1 away, we're now 2 away and runners at first and second. JC Martez now sitting there on first, so there is a steal opportunity from second to third, but with 2 away, that is a big risk to take. And what comes though from Captain Ian Davidson, so we do get the bases loaded up once more, but this time it's with 2 outs. Captain Ian Davidson at first, JC Martez at second, Andy Vaughan at third. Glasgow Comets 7, Edinburgh Cannons 6. Kitzal on the mound facing Edios Barrios, the catcher. Pitch comes in, that's hit high, popped up. It's playable. It's going to be Peter Rowe underneath it. It comes down with snow on it, but it comes down into the glove for the 3rd out. Had a difficult inning there all round with timings and tempo all being in play there, but that high pop-up over to Peter Rowe at third base is the 3rd out. 2 runs though going on the board for the Glasgow Comets. No hits to bring that through though, as Kitzal gets through his first inning in play with 2 runs given up. Today's game supported by Home Run Travel, the specialist travel agents who offer tailor-made baseball trips for UK fans with itineraries all over the US. Don't leave home without calling Home Run Travel. Find out more www.homeruntravel.co.uk. Cannons down by 1, up to try and address that deficit. Rory Dunn, Alexander Pujols, Ewan Hernandez when we come back. Welcome back as we go into the bottom of the 6th, and the home team, the Edinburgh Cannons, are now chasing a 1-run game. But this time they're on the other side of the equation. 7 to the Glasgow Comets, 6 to the Edinburgh Cannons. Up now for the Cannons, Rory Dunn, Alexander Pujols, and Ewan Hernandez. Captain Dunn, single and ground out so far. Pitch comes down here, and it's the first pitch from our new pitcher for the Glasgow Comets as we welcome J.C. Martez up to the plate. Martez against the Cannons, 3.6 ERA and a 1.15 whip, and that's a hit high and it's going to just fall comfortably into third. David Flores, not third. I'm numbering them 1, 2, 3 across the top. They're even 7, 8, 9. Rory Dunn there lofting that one high into the right outfield and taken by David Flores. That's one away, 1 run down, so it's tying run at the plate now, and it's a pinch hitter with Alexander Pujols, and that is going out down the third base line, and it's going to be called a fair catch. Here we are, Nate Strauser taking that one out of the air. 2 up, 2 down. And it's back to the top of the order for the Cannons, Ewan Hernandez. Comes there, first time seeing J.C. Martez. Against Flores, it was a walk, pop up and a double. Which has, of course, as I've seen sometime. It's featured in all 4 games against the Edinburgh Cannons so far. And that's a liner, goes up shortstop, and it's taken over, thrown over by Rodriguez to Morris. That's going to be in time. It's a 3 up, 3 down, so they took the lead in the top of the 6th. Cannons had an immediate chance to strike back, but Comets, J.C. Martez, relief pitcher, bang, 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 and that was that for the 6th. So we play 7 in the regulation. Cannons are now going to be chasing a 1-run game. Glasgow Comets have eked out the lead, and they'll be hoping to build on that. The winner, of course, is going to go forward to the final here. And at that final, they will be playing the Tayport Breakers. We've had word come down from the Edinburgh Diamond Devils at Breakers game. Devils went into the bottom of the 7th with a 4-2 lead, but a walk-off home run sees our number 1 seeds, the Tayport Breakers. They'll be playing at home for the 3-game series to take the Caledonia Classic Cup. They'll be playing the winner of this game. So we have a travel up to Dundee, but there's more travel if you want it, as today's game is proudly supported by Home Run Travel, the UK's first and only baseball travel specialists. Whether fans are looking to join one of their annual tours or design a tailor-made itinerary across the US or Canada, Home Run Travel can help take off every ballpark on the bucket list. Don't book your next baseball adventure without speaking to Home Run Travel. Find out more, homeruntravel.co.uk. 1, 2, 3 for the Comets when we come back is going to be Perez, Rodriguez, and Strauser. Top of the 7th, and we'll do it again. 5, 4, 3. Top of the 7th. Third time because I thought I heard music. 5, 4, 3. Top of the 7th of 7 here in Edinburgh, and it's a 1-run game. Glasgow Comets have eked out a 7-6 scoreline against the Edinburgh Cannons. Cannons your 2nd seed, Glasgow Comets your 3rd seed, and there's a smart, fast line drive straight between the knees of Miguel Del Rosario at shortstop, so he's not going to be able to control that easily. He's no young-ho lead. So picked up, and the throw over to first is not going to be in time. Peter O'Donnell making sure that that does not go any further. One, 2, 3 here. Alfredo Perez now making it up to first base. Ground conditions and a well-placed ball. I'm saying Perez gets the hit on that one, but again, scoreboard's paper, scorecard is not the official scorecard. We can check that up later. But situationally, 1 run to the good, runner on first, goes for the steal up to second. It's a long looping throw from Dunn the catcher. Del Rosario jumps into the shortstop, does a Michael Jordan catch in the air, and it's not going to be in time. So that's a runner up to second in Alfredo Perez. Bertie Rodriguez currently now on a ground out, strikeout, ground out so far on a 0-for-3 game. And there, that one's going to be popped up high. It's into the sun. Kit Searle still pitching for the Cannons. Gets underneath that one and catches it in the sun as the wind gusts through. Not an easy catch to make. So, the runner stays up on second in Alfredo Perez. Kit Searle on the mound, still pitching to Albedo Rodriguez. 7 to the Comets, 6 to the Cannons. Comets can push ahead here. Pitch comes in. It's going to go outside high for a ball. Timeout requested and given. Okay, so just time called here by Glasgow asking if they can put in a temporary runner for a possible injury and a strain on Alfredo Perez. Just checking whether temporary runner can go up or not. The question is, I don't think that the Comets have anybody that's actually available on the bench that could go up and help out there. So Perez is going to stay up on second. Rodriguez ready for the pitch. Comes in now from Searle, and that's outside high. Rodriguez, left-handed. So infield and outfield putting the shift on. Wind, of course, blowing out to the right as well. Pick-off attempt up at second, just to keep everybody fair. So Rodriguez can do a wind-assisted fences here. One teammate in scoring position. No, he's going to hit it high and up the center as well. That's going to drop in the gap, so he's going to make a single there, and Perez just limps gently over to third. Not going to go any further than that. So we have runners on the corners. 1 run lead so far for the Glasgow Comets. 1 run to the good. Runners at the corners. No outs as yet. Nate Straws are in now. Strikeout, single and walk on the card so far. Runner goes from first to second. Steal is on. Dunn fakes the throw. Trying to join Perez. But Perez is not going to have any speed at the moment. Rodriguez still second. 2 in scoring positions. No outs. Comets up by 1. Comets receiving the pitch. And that's going to be swung on and missed as it goes underneath the mat there. Tries to steps back to take a moment. Searle and Dunn happy with the communication on that one there. Let's see if they can manage it with some more again, but tight. Ball called. And the ball towards home to Alfredo Perez. So that's the run extended from 1 up to 2. Bertie Rodriguez is going to come home. Rodriguez is going to come over to third. It's Perez come home. 1 more on the board. Home plate umpire Jose Crespo calling a balk on Kit Searle there. And explaining to catcher Rory Dunn what was up with the mechanics there and resulted in the call. So we're in the top of the 7th of 7. Our visitors, the Glasgow Comets, are now up by 2. Eyesight missed that. I believe we're at 1-1. Certainly one strike though, so Sarah's going to be looking for another one of them. Instead, it's a line drive up to third base. Ball's in the glove. Ewan Hernandez takes the long throw over to first. That's going to be in time, so there's one away. Bernie Rodriguez stays at third. Hernandez having to step 5 to 10 feet into the infield to pick up that grinder from Strasser. But it's one away. Rodriguez held at third, so it's still just the 2-run lead. From a 4-run deficit in the bottom of the first, the Comets have worked their way by hook or by crook, by pitch and by walk, by steal and by run, up into the game to tie it, and then head on further. And first base has been awarded there. So we have Rodriguez up at third, Mansurez up to first, and he's going to do the steal up into second. So runners at second and third. Glasgow Comets doing a little bit of anarchy on the base running paths here. One away, 2 runs to the good. Pitch comes in now to David Flores. In fact, not Flores. I think we got a pinch hitter coming in here for Flores. Or I've lost track. Take your pick. Pitch in, swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 away so far. Runners at 2 and 3. And that one ball threatens to get away as it heads to the backstop, but close enough that Dunn has that under control. So pitching once more as the wind picks up. And that one's going to go outside and low for a ball. And I have absolutely nobody around me who can nicely to check the lineup cards. But runners second and third, 2 runs to the good for the Comets, looking to build. And we get a 3-2 count. And in comes the payoff pitch, and that's hit high and hard. It's going out into the left field. It's going to drop pretty squarely into the glove of J.C. Gonzalez. Just has to step a little bit to his left as the wind picks that ball at the top of the arc, but nevertheless, that is safe catch there. And that there will retire the side. So pressure as goes on now onto the Edinburgh Cannons. They're facing a 2-run deficit in the bottom of 7 over regulation 7. The 1 run going on the board there, pushes that from a 1-run lead up to a 2-run lead for the Glasgow Comets. Today's game is supported by Home Run Travel, the specialist travel agents who offer tailor-made baseball trips for UK fans with itineraries all over the US. Don't leave home without calling Home Run Travel. www.homeruntravel.co.uk. And your 1, 2, 3 that are going to be coming up for the Edinburgh Cannons: Rocky Sue, Miguel Del Rosario, Garrett Stell, when we come back. Bottom of the 7th, Cannons need to find 2. And a pitch comes in there. Rocky Sue in now for the Cannons. Strike out, ground out and fly out on the card so far. Last one comes in. JC Martez still sitting on the mound. Pitch comes down, swung on, grounder goes up, picked up third base, heads over first base, in time, one away. And that one there. Perez is, we do have some defensive changes that were in there. Alfredo Perez has moved down to first base. Jacob Morris has moved up to right field. And Alberti Rodriguez has moved to center field out of the GA slot. And that's a hard hit. It's going high. It's going out into the left field. And the fielder planted underneath there. And that is a Captain Ian Davison making the second out there. And the Cannons are down to their final out. 2 runs to find in here, the semi-final of the Caledonia Classic. It's a winner-go-home single game. Comets just 1 out from progressing through to meet Tideport Breakers in the final. And there's the chop up the center and it finds the gap. So there's the base running underway. Garrett Snell gets himself up to first base and brings the tying run up to the plate. Single up the middle there for Snell. Peter Rowe comes in now, and if you were the Cannons and you could put anybody into this slot, you would probably want to put Peter Rowe into this slot. Last time he played the Comets, a double, a steal, a walk and a single. He has a measure of the team, but does he have the measure today? Single, strikeout, ground out, strikeout so far. It goes there, but it's a combination force out there from shortstop over to second. And that forces out Garrett Snell, and that there is the third out. And that there is your game. A game that saw the Edinburgh Cannons explode in their first inning, putting their 5 runs up, threatening to break the game open. But instead, the Comets held strong. They'd taken that early lead in the first to go down 5 at the bottom of the first, and then put on a run in the second, a run in the third. 2 runs in the 5th, 2 runs in the 6th, 1 run in the 7th. And that took them to 7 runs on the board. 1 extra insurance run in the 4th. Took the Cannons to 6, but they needed another one on the board there to get the tie. It wasn't there. So we have the final score there coming in. The Glasgow Comets coming from behind and taking a 7 run to 6. I think I said 5 earlier. It's a 7 run to 6 game there for the Cannons. If you give me a chance just to do the maths, that is going to be coming, I think, off 8 hits. Edinburgh Cannons, 6 runs there, coming off 9 hits. Winning pitcher in that is going to go down, I believe, is JC Martez, who came in at the bottom of the 6th. And now with that, the Edinburgh Cannons season is over. The result in the other semi-final up in Tideport saw the Tideport Breakers going into the bottom of the 7th, 2 runs behind Edinburgh's other team, the Edinburgh Diamond Devils. Devils protecting a 2-run lead, but instead it was a hero walk-off home run for the Tideport Breakers, and as the number 1 seed, they will have home field advantage, and it is going to be over the number 3 seed, the Glasgow Comets, who will make the trip up to Tideport for a 3-game series over the next 3 weekends. Do join us as the postseason comes to an exciting end. 2 games that have both run close right to the bottom of the 7th. And there's more of that to come from Baseball Scotland. Find out more at www.baseballscotland.uk. And thank you also to Home Run Travel, who proudly supported today's game, the UK's first and only baseball travel specialists. Whether fans are looking to join one of their annual tours or design a tailor-made itinerary across the US or Canada, Home Run Travel can help tick off every ballpark on the bucket list. Don't book your next baseball adventure without speaking to Home Run Travel. Find out more at www.homeruntravel.co.uk. Final once more, Glasgow Comets 7, Edinburgh Cannons 6. Let's pack up the kit and head off to Tayport and haste you back to the mouth of the Tay, the wind and the baseball, and our first 3-game series for a Caledonia Classic at Baseball Scotland. I'm Ewan Spence, Reuben Hustler's in the truck, haste you back.